Really small aperture, what that means is the light is just coming through a little pinhole in your lens, and it takes longer for the light to come through, which lets those long wavelengths really get vibrant. So if you do a smaller aperture, you're going to have really bright, vivid colors in your shots.
All right, smaller aperture, really bright colors.
Nice.
That's an easy tip. We can do that.
So that's why, like this one behind us, the ones you see on screen now are like the leaves are just really popping out a lot. Because I did that, I had a tight aperture on it, and makes them just really glow. One of the other things that aperture will do is make it so that the entire scene stays in focus, which a lot of times for landscape shots is really good to have because you want to see all the details everywhere. On the other side of it, you could also have the aperture wide open, which makes a big hole in your lens for the light to come through. And that way it does what's called a shallow depth of field, where only one thing will be in focus. So you can like focus on a leaf or something like that, and then everything behind it is just really blurry and separated off. It's this buttery background that looks really pretty.
I've seen that effect before. It's very cool, where you might have a couple of leaves framing a neat vantage point in the background, but the leaves are in focus and the rest is a little blurry.
Exactly, yeah. And if you have a camera that you're doing like DSLR stuff, you can do that real easily with the aperture. If you're using like a camera phone, you can actually do that same kind of effect if you're super close to the leaf and then the background is super far away from you.
So like that box that comes up, Alex, you know that box that comes up on your camera?
The tap to focus.
The tap to focus, do you do that?
Yeah, and then tap on the leaf so that it knows that the leaf is what you want to see, and everything in the background will go way out of focus, and then you've just got the leaf there.
Can you adjust the color at all on your camera phone?
A little bit. That's where things like Instagram actually are pretty good to have. You can kind of go in the filters there and play with them a little bit. That's a lot of purists are like, no, you need to shoot it perfect. But it's about artwork. It's about beautiful, like I said earlier today, it's about what your mind sees. And if you want to see those really bright, vibrant colors, I think it's a good time to put a filter on it.
Now, what about the lighting out there? Do you want to do with sunlight, a lot of sunlight, or cloudy days? What's the best time to sort of snap these great fall colors?
So the best time is if it's kind of hazy and in the afternoon, so that you don't have direct sunlight creating really harsh shadows on it. If there's an overcast day and so that you can't see any shadows at all, then the light is just really, really easy for you to get to focus on what the leaves are doing instead. If you want to catch more contrasty details, having the sun come out, having it peek through clouds and things like that, you can actually photograph the clouds in the sky themselves and have the fall foliage kind of take a background to the clouds and do all sorts of neat stuff. So it varies what you're trying to do.
Now you've taken some great pictures, which you're saying are long exposure.
Yes, I love doing
Can we
those.
talk about that for a minute? You have a great picture of Wrigley Field, and it's amazing with the light.
Thank you. That one was so fun to do. I was actually sitting across Addison Avenue in the gutter in the turn lane, and I didn't have a tripod with me, so I set up my camera case as sort of a tripod and propped the camera on it, and I set an exposure for about 10 or 15 seconds. And so the lights that you see streaking through are actually buses and cars that were driving past me as I was sitting there. That's the motion of the city all happening. And one other thing with the aperture that we talked about earlier, I had a real small aperture set, so it was just coming through a pinhole. And if you look at the stadium lights, everything is coming out kind of sunbursts there and everything. That's because the light waves were basically being pinched by my small aperture. So everything just sparkles there. And this picture basically wasn't even retouched afterward. That's how I shot it out of the camera.
Wow.
And you used the same technique to get the Milky Way, didn't you?
Yes.
Can we show that picture real quick? That's really cool. And so the same thing. Did you have a tripod?
This one I did have a tripod, and same concept. This one actually had the exposure set for, I believe, 35 seconds, if I remember right. And most of those stars you couldn't even see with natural eye. So here it's kind of the opposite of when you're in the city. This one, you're seeing everything that's around you perfectly still, and you're seeing details like I've never seen most of those stars before in my life. And I was out here on Bay of Honda Key.
Oh, it's awesome.
In the middle of Key West.
Beautiful stuff.
Bill, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And, if you want to see more of Bill's impressive photos, check out his website, billrush.net.
This is where I met your grandpa. Right under this tree.
Some things are worth holding on to.
They're hugging the tree.
That's why we got a Subaru.
Was it that tree?
Introducing the all-new Subaru Outback. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Subaru. My name's Louie and I quit smoking with Chantix. I had tried to do it in the past, I hadn't been successful. Quitting smoking this time was different because I talked to my doctor and I got a prescription for Chantix.
Along with support, Chantix Varenicline is proven to help people quit smoking.
It was important to me that Chantix was a non-nicotine pill. The fact that it reduced the urge to smoke helped me get that confidence that I could do it.
Some people had changes in behavior, thinking or mood, hostility, agitation, depressed mood, and suicidal thoughts or actions while taking or after stopping Chantix. If you notice any of these, stop Chantix and call your doctor right away. Tell your doctor about any history of mental health problems, which could get worse while taking Chantix. Don't take Chantix if you've had a serious allergic or skin reaction to it. If you develop these, stop Chantix and see your doctor right away, as some can be life-threatening. Tell your doctor if you have a history of heart or blood vessel problems, or if you develop new or worse symptoms. Get medical help right away if you have symptoms of a heart attack or stroke. Use caution when driving or operating machinery. Common side effects include nausea, trouble sleeping, and unusual dreams.
I'm very proud. I love myself as a non-smoker.
Ask your doctor if Chantix is right for you.
At Ancestry, we call it a hint. Simply type in a name and follow the Ancestry leaf far into your family's past. A past filled with stories that intrigue and inspire. And in doing so, reveal the one unique, improbable, and completely remarkable path that led to you. Discover your story. Start searching for free now at Ancestry.com.
It's the candy bar that's too hot for TV in all its naked glory. Stripped of chocolate with nothing but salty roasted peanuts on soft, sweet caramel. A Payday bar will get you through your day. Expose yourself to Payday.
All right, we got one shot. Let's go twins right, 24 stretch.
24 stretch, all diamond. Twins right, 24 stretch. All diamonds on 2 8.
When the game's on the line,
Hit them with a hard count. See if they'll tip their hand.
The NFL trusts Duracell Quantum to power their game day communication.
They're blitzing up the gut. Get out of the pocket.
Duracell Quantum lasts up to 35% longer than the competition.
Put on your thinking caps. Evaporation rate equals 700 times the mean temperature divided by 100 minus the latitude plus 15 times temperature minus dew point temperature divided by 80 minus temperature times millimeters per day. So easy, Sam. A caveman could do it. Got it? Great. There it is.
That is amazing.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, tonight, mostly cloudy skies early, then partly cloudy after midnight, low 76. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Mondays, only the Weather Channel takes you this far. Inside a hurricane. Hurricane 360, Mondays at 9, only on the Weather Channel.
Storms pound Phoenix, and this morning, thousands are without power. And the cleanup begins, getting water out of homes and cars. The same storm system is on the move. See if it will come knocking on your door and when.
And don't make too many plans outdoors today if you live in the south. Showers and thunderstorms, they're on tap. And the bad news is, well, they're not going away anytime soon. We're tracking where they are right now and how much rain you could see.
And finally, fall arrives. We've got big temperature drops from the Northeast to the Midwest. A look at where you will see the biggest cool down this week.
Welcome back to Weather Center Live. I'm Alex Wallace.
And I'm Jen Carfagno. And as we forecast what to expect from storms today, we're getting a better idea of just how powerful this weekend storms have been in the Southwest.
Yeah, no doubt. In fact, look at the storm here in the Phoenix area. I mean, strong winds, no doubt about it. Talking about 50, even 60-mile-an-hour winds impacting the area. And boy, it is coming in sideways. The rain, that car, It's doing a little shaking
I
there.
think so. This looks like a hurricane if you ask me, and this is a thunderstorm in Phoenix, Arizona. Now, you look at the heavy rain in this video, and first of all, you wonder how can you even collect that in a rain bucket, right? It was blowing so much, but it was record rain for the day. We had more than 1.5 inches, and then we had the winds with these thunderstorms, and in this case, you can see that tree branch just completely snapped down because of the strong winds, which, you know, were easily over 30, if not 40 miles per hour.
Yeah.
And I think there were some 60 and 70 mile per hour winds in the area, not here though.
Right, yeah, luckily there were no cars underneath that tree limb there. Well, I tell you, this round of storms, it was just the latest to hit the Phoenix area in recent weeks.
That's right. Now, some people there are still cleaning up from the last time floods invaded their homes. Will Pitts with KPNX has more.
The rain hitting Phoenix like a hammer. So thick you couldn't see the road. Cars with their hazard lights on, barely visible. Driving rain in sheets, blowing sideways, flooding roads. I-17 flooded and shut down. Cars coming dangerously close to stalling on Buckeye and 22nd Avenue. And in Levine, homeowners nervously watching the water.
My husband's not here, so I'm like, oh my gosh, freaking.
Vanessa James's house flooded in one of the last big storms. Now she's watching the canal to see if it'll happen again.
It's subsiding, so it'll come and go, come and go.
On 51st Avenue, Augustine Ramirez's house is flooding for the 3rd time in 2 months. Construction workers were supposed to be here tomorrow. Again. Water hasn't made it to the door yet, but it's close.
I'm going to go to the house and just check it out, and I just thought, okay, Dad. And then he called me and he said, it's doing it again. I said, what?
This time they were ready with sandbags, but the water's already reached them.
My dad moved out here 40 years ago, and this has never happened, so we didn't even fix it all the way this time.
They're just hoping the worst is over.
Well, it is more rain in a month than they've seen in that time. In fact, we're at the 2nd wettest September on record in the Phoenix area, and there's a chance that you could get that top spot. We're about 1/4 inch or a little more away from that. So there's where we were with rainfall over the past 24 hours. In 2.5 inches of rain in Payson, Arizona, Tempe coming in with a little more than 2 inches, and Prescott coming in with 1.75 inches. So this is the kind of rain we were dealing with. And again today, we've got some showers still in the area, though a lot of it farther north than where it was yesterday. We're still going to see that chance today, but farther east, we're going to add in the chance for some rainfall. Now, right along Interstate 10 right now, there's not as much activity, but farther north on 40, there is some showers. You take into Colorado on 70, we've got some rain out there as well, and the showers continue to move around, circulating around this upper level low. This thing is the instigator for all of it. This is what's helping to pump the moisture around. It's also helping to create some lift in the atmosphere to get those clouds and rain storms to form, and we're going to see this thing move east, but not that quickly. So it's going to be with us for a couple of days right across this region and then heading out into the Central Plains. Today, Salt Lake City, we are back in the thunderstorm chances again, but especially east of there in Colorado, we'll see that chance for storms. Watch Denver. Denver, you know, we're mainly going to be dry today, but then overnight tonight, we'll see that chance developing, and then into the overnight hours, still more rain out there in Wyoming, into Idaho, and then just wait, this upper level low, you know, things spiral around it. We'll see that circulate back around again. Now, today and tomorrow, we've got the chance for thunderstorms, and especially tomorrow, we've got this red zone that is lined up here from Rapid City straight down here into the Texas Panhandle, and we'll see on Tuesday some of those same areas, and then a little more further east, the chance for showers and storms and thunderstorms that could be severe. Hail, damaging winds, the main threat, but there is an isolated tornado risk. I'll show you where that is here in just a moment. Another risk with these storms is going to be too much rain at once. 2 to 3 inches of rain in the forecast right across, especially parts of Wyoming, heading out into the Dakotas and Nebraska. Now, tomorrow, we've got from Scottsbluff to Goodland to Amarillo, the chance for severe weather. Then we take it to Tuesday, and this is when we bring in that tornado risk. For the most part, damaging winds and hail will be the main concern, but we've got that Torcon already out, and in eastern South Dakota, eastern Nebraska, it is a 3 on the Torcon. So heads up, an early heads up on this potential risk here on Tuesday. Alex.
All right, Jen, we're going to work our way on into South Florida. Miami here for us this early morning, and things on the up and up, looking pretty good here. Got the sun out, all is quiet, temps in the mid-80s, but it's going to be a day where once again we'll watch the skies for some more showers as well as storms. And wet days are ahead here for us across the Sunshine State, including there for you in and around Miami. It's been a wet year for us so far, and this month has been wet too. In fact, we've only had 2 days this month, Miami, where we haven't had any measurable rain. Just 2 days. Otherwise, we've seen either a trace or more. And since the beginning of the year, we've picked up nearly 56 inches of rain. And, well, the average for us is a bit over 49 inches. So there you are, above average. But it's a tale of two cities here in South Florida. Miami being on the wetter side, but you slide your way over towards Fort Myers. And for us, our average is 48.77. So far, we've seen since the beginning of the year, 35.89. So a bit below average here for us in Fort Myers, but it's a different story there for you in Miami. Right now, mostly quiet in the peninsula. You do have a few very light sprinkles trying to show up here on the East Coast. A little bit more steadier rains, though, to deal with here as we work our way in towards the Panhandle. Most of the heavy rain, though, right now, generally staying offshore. That's indicated by some of the yellows, the oranges, and the reds. But this is slowly trying to migrate its way northward. Eventually, Interstate 10, you'll be dealing with some of that heavy rain, and the rest of the peninsula as well will get in on the scattered shower and storm train. So today wet. Tomorrow, I promise you, the graphic has changed. The day has changed, but we're going to see more of the same out there. Tuesday, though, you see the Panhandle get a chance to dry out a bit, but not the case as you work your way from Jacksonville and slide your way back down towards Tampa. That 4 corridor going to continue to stay on the wet side. How much rain are we thinking? Well, generally here in South Florida, up to about an inch, but once you work your way up to right around that Interstate 4 corridor, 1 to 2 inches possible, pretty widespread. And we could even see here as you get into the Panhandle, right around the Apalachicola area, we could be talking about 2 to 3 inches of rain. That's not out of the question. That's the totals that we'll see working through Tuesday morning. So Fort Myers today, mostly quiet but cloudy as we work our way through sort of the early afternoon. Then second half of the day, that's when we'll have our best chance for some of those storms. It could be heavy with the downpours. Of course, we're having to watch out with the lightning. Miami for you, just about at any point during our early part of the day, could see some storms. Then things should start to settle down later on this evening. Jen?
Well, fall is here, but that doesn't mean your travel getaways have to come to an end. There's so much fun left to have this season, and this morning we talked to a travel expert about the best and coolest cold weather destinations. And we've got some weekend events, a lot of football. So yesterday we talked college, today we talk NFL. Minneapolis, let's go to the Vikings who are home, 81 degrees, and the Falcons are in town. Wow, 81 degrees. It might actually be warmer today in Minneapolis than Atlanta. It might be, or at least close. All right, Santa Clara, California, where the 49ers are hosting the Eagles, 69 degrees, a little cloudy out there, a little humid really for San Francisco standards for tailgaters, but we are looking dry. Then we go to East Rutherford, New Jersey, where the Jets are hosting the Lions. We've got a beautiful day, 79 degrees, a few clouds out there with plenty of sunshine.
Currently in our area, 83 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, scattered thunderstorms, high 86, chance of rain 50%. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies early, then partly cloudy after midnight, low 76. Here's our 7-day outlook.
You can eat that on Weight Watchers? Looks amazing. Looks like my next dinner party. That's only 4 points.
With Weight Watchers, you can enjoy the food you really want. Dine out on favorites or cook up something new.
I can do this every day.
Join for free and start losing weight now. Learn how to eat healthier while enjoying the foods you love. Get inspired at meetings, online, or both.
Weight Watchers, because it works.
Can you start tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Let's share the news tomorrow.
Today we're fairly busy. Tomorrow we're booked solid.
We close on the house tomorrow.
Want one of these opened up? Because tomorrow we go live.
It's a day full of promise. And often, that day arrives by train.
Big day today? Even bigger one tomorrow.
When CSX trains move forward, so does the rest of the economy. CSX, how tomorrow moves.
Claritin D presents 2 allergy sufferers. One tried Nasacort, which could take up to a week to feel maximum nasal symptom relief. The other took Claritin D, which starts to work on allergies in 30 minutes. The moral, nothing works faster than Claritin D.
Presenting luxurious savings at Ace.
What?
Save $7 instantly now through Sunday on gallons of Valspar Optimus, our most premium paint.
Ace is a place to help the hardware folks.
Shopping online is as easy as it gets. Wouldn't it be great if hiring plumbers, carpenters, and even piano tuners were just as simple? Thanks to Angie's List, now it is. We've made hiring anyone from a handyman to a dog walker as simple as a few clicks. Buy their services directly at angieslist.com. No more calling around, no more hassles. Start shopping from a list of top-rated providers today.
Angie's List is revolutionizing local service again. Visit angieslist.com today.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm on it. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're covered, Kevin.
Thanks, Melinda.
I have blah blah insurance, so person, come help.
Hey, Grandma. Dad, look who it is.
I see who it is.
6 callers ahead of us, Jimmy.
You're not helping.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. There to help you anytime, anywhere, anyway. That's getting to a better state.
You guys are good to go? Let me just get this out of here. Unlike some places, we don't just change your oil. Our oil offer comes with a 4-tire rotation and a 27-point inspection. And everything looked great.
Actually, could you leave those in?
Sure. Want me to run them through the car wash for you, too? No, I can't.
Get our everyday price match guarantee plus a $100 rebate on 4 select tires from your tire experts. Chevy Certified Service.
Average work pants versus a giant angry beaver. Duluth Trading Fire Hose work pants versus a giant angry beaver. Duluth Trading Fire Hose work pants. Tougher than an angry beaver's teeth. Get a pair. Only at DuluthTrading.com.
Sure wish you guys would bring layaway back.
Actually,
that way I can split my payments up into like little bite-sized chunks. Yeah, I mean, you feel me, right?
Yeah. Sir?
Oh.
Layaway is back, and it's free. Save money, live better. Walmart.
I just assumed I was giving Buster a food that had real meat as the first ingredient. It was one of the big-name brands I fed him for years. A chicken byproduct meal? What an eye-opener. That's why I switched him to Blue.
When pet parents learn the truth about big-name dog foods, they switch to Blue Buffalo. All Blue Life Protection foods are made with the finest natural ingredients with real meat first. Compare your dog's food to Blue at compareblue.com. And now save $5 on large bags of Blue Life Protection formula at PetSmart.
Well, fall is here. Time to get your mind off of the warmth of summer and start thinking about the cold. But don't let that get you down. Just make the most of it, right? Well, this morning we've got Lee Abamonte who joins us with a look at the top 5 cold weather getaways. Lee, we certainly appreciate you joining us this morning. A good morning to you. But let's get right down to the countdown. And we'll start off with number 5. Tell us about Alberta, Canada.
Well, Alberta, Canada is by far the best province in Canada, and it's one of the most beautiful places literally in not just North America, but in the world. It's a wonderful place to go if you want to get into some real adventure winter activities, like obviously skiing and snowboarding, but you can also do stuff like heli snowshoeing, which I'm actually going up there to do in January, and I can't wait.
Sounds like fun, no doubt. Well, you call number 4 a quote, gem of unspoiled grandeur, and that would be Greenland.
Yeah, Greenland's like that place on the map that you've been looking at for years, but you never actually thought that anybody goes there. And to be honest, not that many people do, but the people that do are in for a real treat. It is literally one of the most stunning places you can imagine. It's difficult to get to. You have to go there through either Iceland or less frequent flights from Copenhagen. There's also some boats that go there, but I'm telling you, once you get there, it's really amazing, and you'll never forget it.
All right, a place to add to my bucket list. All right, on to number 3. What's so great about Norway?
Well, Norway not only has some world-class skiing and all that stuff that goes along with an alpine country, but it also has some of the best hiking in the world, literally the most scenic places you can imagine. There's a place called Skjervøy, which is like this big rock, like wedged in between two mountains that you can jump out onto. It's about a 3-hour hike. It's absolutely amazing. And then another place called Preikestolen, which is another one of my favorite hikes in the world. And of course, it's a pretty cosmopolitan country, very beautiful, very efficient, very safe, all that stuff. It's one of the best places you can go to in Europe for sure.
Wow, we saw the great picture of you there standing on the rock. Well, coming in at number 2 is Switzerland.
Yeah, Switzerland is, of course, one of the most beautiful places in Europe. It's kind of a playground for the rich and famous. St. Davos, Zermatt, are some of the nicest places in the world that you can go to. Some of the more expensive as well. But Switzerland not only is an all-round, all-year destination, but it's a great place to go in the winter for skiing and just hanging out and seeing kind of the European jet set in their natural environment, so to speak. And it's Switzerland. It's just gorgeous. You can't go wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. Those pictures certainly are looking good there. And then number 1, cold weather getaway for us, New Zealand.
Well, it's like that commercial, you want to get away, and you really can't get further away than New Zealand, right? So New Zealand is a couple different islands, and then the South Island is a wonderful place to go in the winter. You can go down to a place called Queenstown, which is literally the adrenaline capital of the world, and you can do all kinds of amazing activities like skydiving and bungee jumping, but they also have the Remarkable Mountains. They're called the Remarkables, by the way. And you can go down there and do skiing and snowboarding and all the usual winter activities, but then you can also jump off stuff and go down the river in a wetsuit in the middle of winter. It's pretty wild. So it's just a great place to go, and it's not just the place where Middle Earth is. It's an awesome place to go. I highly recommend going down.
I love it. I love the countdown. It all certainly sound like some great destinations. Lee Abamonte, travel expert. We certainly appreciate you all for all the advice. And if you didn't know, he's the youngest American to visit every country in the world. So certainly someone to take advice from. Jen, we'll send it to you.
Yes, Greenland is now on my list, and I want to go visit the Remarkables just because I think that sounds cool down in New Zealand. Speaking of cool, we're going to be cooling down. Not cold, not snowy, just cooling down a bit in the Northeast. And we've been enjoying some phenomenal weather. Some great above average temperatures, almost near record breaking yesterday and today. Now we've got a front that's coming our way. And, I just heard from my good pal Stephanie Abrams. She said the allergies are terrible up here in the Northeast. So you guys kind of want this front to come through, don't you? Hopefully clear out the air a little bit. Well, it will also cool down your temperatures. And we're going to see temperatures go from the 80s to the 60s. Look at Boston. It's Tuesday for you. The rest of the area gets it about midweek. We'll be right back with more. And the tropics up next.
Introducing Vicks Clearquill Allergy.
Morning, Hank. What a day, huh? Hey, morning, Hank.
For people who don't have allergies every day, just on allergy days. New Clearquill, the powerfully effective, take it only when you need it, so you can be you again, allergy medicine.
Boom! All right, see you, buddy.
And introducing Clearquill Nighttime, the new allergy medicine for night. Clearquill, powerful sinus and allergy medicine from the makers of Vicks, NyQuil, and DayQuil.
From residential to commercial, from large loss to emergency response. Whenever damage strikes, call on the cleanup team that's faster to any size disaster at 1-800-SERVPRO, like it never even happened.
I'm Creek Stewart, Weather Channel survival expert. Every Sunday night, we're taking 3 regular guys deep into the woods.
Are you serious?
Where we'll teach them not just to survive,
Show make fire,
but how to truly live.
Look at this caveman.
Show yourself what you're made of on Weather Channel Survival Sundays. At 9, it's So You Think You'd Survive. Then at 10, Fat Guys in the Woods. Every Sunday night on the Weather Channel.
Are you ready?
Off the couch, into the weather.
Currently in our area, 83 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, tonight, mostly cloudy skies early, then partly cloudy after midnight. Low 76. Here's our 7-day outlook.
do some fancy footwork. Tap into new territory with style. Step up the savings and learn some new moves. Yeah, let's tango. Here, even here. Then, let's take a bow. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Get a designer look for less. Traffic Master hand scrape laminate is now 99 cents per square foot.
Thought it'd be bigger.
There's nothing I can't reach in my Subaru.
Introducing the all-new Subaru Outback. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
When he first joined the Army, I was very nervous.
We didn't know what they would have him doing. But Bobby always had a plan.
With unmatched training in over 150 careers beyond the battlefield, there are over 150 surprising ways to become Army strong. Talk to your son or daughter about opportunities in the Army.
Hey, what's up? I'm Ted. Rudy and I have a lot of daily rituals.
Namaste. Stay.
Little things we do every day to stay healthy. 3. 2 down, skin of tree. Bark. Taking care of our teeth is one of them. Every morning when I brush my teeth, he gets a milk bone.
Get luxury for less at Alpacker Lincoln. Enjoy incredible savings on Lincoln's best-selling models, like the all-new 2015 Lincoln MKC, just $319 a month, or a new 2014 Lincoln MKX, just $399 a month. Enjoy luxury for less with bottom-line windshield pricing. Only at Alpacker Lincoln on Military Trail. And remember,
before you buy, Price Packer.
Now with the Xfinity TV Go app, you can watch live TV anytime. It's never been easier with so many networks all in one place. Get live TV whenever you want. The Xfinity TV Go app, now with live TV on the go. Enjoy over Wi-Fi or on Verizon Wireless 4G LTE. Plus, now you get up to a $100 prepaid card when you purchase any new Verizon Wireless smartphone or tablet from Comcast. Visit Comcast.com/wireless to learn more.
Call 1-800-815-5812. Online at drchipper.com.
Mondays, only the Weather Channel takes you this far. Inside a hurricane. Hurricane 360, Mondays at 9, only on the Weather Channel.
Well, it's time now for a look at your tropical update. Jen is in the lab, and Jen, once again, the Pacific is where all the action is.
12th hurricane of the Eastern Pacific season, Rachel, was named yesterday, and that's what we're watching right now as the main event. But there's a couple of other things out there to keep an eye on. And what I will show you first is that we've got no circles, nothing in the Atlantic side on the tropics. And it's all because of the same reasons, right? We have too much dry air, too much stability, too much upper level shear going on here. All the same excuses in the Atlantic side of things, which is going to make a pretty good vacation, I think, for you there. Now, let's look at Rachel. Hurricane Rachel, first and foremost, is 470 miles away from the western tip of the Baja of California. So Cabo, no concerns out of this one. Now, one thing you'll notice with Rachel is that yesterday we did have an eye show up for a little bit right there, and then it disappeared, and now it's kind of gone again. And there's sort of a very small window, a couple of hours worth of window, that we may see some additional strengthening of Rachel. But again, it's offshore. It's going to stay offshore. The movement is very slow. It's nearly stationary at about 6 miles per hour. lower. Right now, it's over very warm water temperatures. But because it is pretty much staying still and remaining somewhat stationary, as it stays put, it's going to keep on churning up some of the cooler water underneath, and that will act against it. So we're expecting it to weaken for that reason. Also because there's some dry air out there, and also because there's going to be some stronger winds coming in as well. So watching that one concern, all those three concerns, I should say, here to weaken Rachel. It's going to stay offshore, and by Monday evening, Tuesday evening, it's going to continue to weaken to just a remnant low by that point. Alex.
All right, Jen, well, you know, we've all seen it before. Storms can produce some pretty wicked winds. They can be very dangerous, especially if you're driving in them. So what do you do if you're caught in the storm? Well, this morning, I'm putting your survival skills to the test.
There is crap blowing everywhere.
You're driving back to your hotel in a desert resort town.
The lights are out.
And a full-blown gale rips through the city.
The winds are still 60, 70 mile an hour.
Heavy winds run wild.
Holy, a tree just came down in front of us.
A tree just came down in front of us. Oh my God.
Is there even any place to go through there?
Oh my word. Look at it, falling off the trees. Oh my word, look at this.
For you, winds like this are more than just an inconvenience.
We just need to get out of here.
They can be deadly. You need to make a choice. To protect yourself, would you? A. Slow down and continue driving your way through it. B. Step on it. The sooner you get home or to shelter, the sooner you'll be safe. Or C. Drive close to other vehicles to help block the wind.
So there's a situation. Well, if it were me, certainly speeding up probably wouldn't be the thing you want to do, and you don't want to be following too close in front of you to any cars. So let's find out exactly what you should do.
Violent gusts threaten to roll your ride and topple trees on top of you.
Holy a tree just came down in front of us.
A tree just came down in front of us.
So do you know how you'd weather heavy winds on a roadway? If you picked A, to slow down as you make your way through, you might just breeze through this hazard.
Increasing your speed causes you to cover more distance if your vehicle's being pushed by the wind out of its pathway. Your reaction time at high speeds becomes much more problematic if you need to use evasive steering, and you may not be able to keep your vehicle under control at higher speeds. It's more difficult to do that.
If you're driving faster, it's going to increase the likelihood that you're going to lose control of your vehicle. So again, if it's windy, it's time to slow down.
So there you have it. Don't forget, tonight is the series finale of So You Think You'd Survive. It's happening at 9 p.m. Eastern right here on the Weather Channel. Well, you know, storms, they're going to be firing up over the heads of millions of us today. The mountain states and parts of the Southwest could see downpours and more flooding. See where you should be on the lookout. And the Southeast is in the mix for storms as well. Find out if the wet weather is going to stick around for that Monday commute.
Currently in our area, 83 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, scattered thunderstorms. High 86. Chance of rain 50%. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies early, then partly cloudy after midnight. Low 76. Here's our 7-day outlook.
And walls of rain sweep through the Southwest, flooding roads and even knocking the roof off the airport in Phoenix. This morning, thousands without power. The worst part, those storms are on the move. See where they're headed next.
And more of this on the way for Florida. The Sunshine State, not so sunny. These storms are turning into a daily thing. We'll show you when they'll finally move out.
And slowly but surely, air travel traffic is starting to get back on track. Delays, though, still causing a bit of a headache, but not as bad. What you need to know before heading to the airport today. And welcome to Weather Center Live. It is Sunday, September 28th. I'm Alex Wallace.
And I'm Jen Carfagno. And if you managed to stay dry so far this weekend, consider yourself lucky. We had storms that made for quite a nasty day for many of you, especially in the Southwest. This is where we had fierce winds. And in Arizona, when these storms move through, look at this. This is like what you might see during a hurricane with the palm fronds is completely sideways. We had very strong winds and rain yesterday throughout the valley in California, in Arizona.
And I tell you, the winds were really whipping across this neighborhood in Phoenix. We had the force there so extreme here that trees blowing sideways here and the rain. You want to talk about umbrellas being pretty much useless. Rain coming in sideways here for you. Not a situation you want to be caught outside without basically full coverage in a poncho.
Yeah, you know what? There was a study one time, is it better to walk or run in the rain about getting wet? And I don't really think there was a good answer, but I think as you walk, you get less wet. I don't know. Your best bet is to stay in something like this. All right, so what about, besides the rain and the wind, let's add a little hail to the mix. We had that here in the Las Vegas area, and that's what this family was watching out their window as they're, I'm sure, worried about their cars and anything else. Maybe that umbrella on their neighbor's porch next door, Alex?
Yeah, that thing is flapping around out there, holding steady and holding strong. But yeah, there go some of those hailstones you can see gathering there on the porch.
It's making the fan go. Yes, it is. All right, so we had it all yesterday in the Southwest, and we will again today. Take a look at what's coming our way as we still watch this upper level low bring some showers out here, and in some cases heavy rain. Now for Phoenix, it was 1.6 inches of rain yesterday, broke the old record that was set back in 1903.
And this from far this month, over 5 inches. That's more than we saw all of 2012, the entire year. That's so incredible. Yeah, it is. Wow.
So more showers out there right now, although Phoenix at the moment we're dry, but you can see where they're spreading up right along Interstate 40. We'll get more rain up along Interstate 70. Your showers today are going to be with us, and they're all moving around this big upper level low.
Yeah, that's right. So here we are. There's the upper level area of low pressure sort of spinning. We've been tracking it here on the West Coast the last couple of days, trying to make some headway on off towards the east. And again, you can see the sort of circulation and some of the moisture that continues to rotate around it. A very slow mover, no doubt about it. And that's going to be the situation and why we keep the threat for rain around. Eventually, we'll see things begin to kick on off towards the east early into the week. But for today, still the intermountain areas having to deal with this thing. And then as we head into the early week, as that moisture surges northward and eastbound, we'll see the storms across the plains. So here we are checking it out and sort of timing you through your Sunday. And notice Boise up towards the Billings area. We've got rain throughout a good portion of our afternoon. Salt Lake, you should start to see some quieter conditions here as we get in towards the late afternoon, early evening. So Salt Lake improving weather conditions there for you. Phoenix as well. You'll be looking at clear skies for the day. But I tell you, a lot of rainfall expected. A widespread area here where we could be talking 1 to 2 inches of rain and some pockets where we could see 2 to 3 inches of that rain coming down out there. So we'll have to watch these areas again very, very closely. And once this starts to move east into the plain states, well, guess what? We're going to be watching for the threat for strong and even severe storms to fire up out there for you. And this will be as we head on into tomorrow. Notice the areas that are in that red. That's where we are going to be most concerned with it. From just east of Denver, working to North Platte, and then heading up towards the Rapid City area, watching for these storms to pack a bit of a punch. By Tuesday, that area shifts not too far east, but just slightly now. So Dodge City, you'll be included in that risk for some stronger storms. And Rapid City, another day. So you'll have a couple of days of having to deal with that potential severe weather. Now, by Wednesday, we'll start to move it now towards that 35 corridor. So a little bit more headway east. Minneapolis, Des Moines to Kansas City dealing with it. Chicago, though, you'll be pretty quiet and dry for the day, at least your Wednesday. So tomorrow, here we are, damaging winds and hail. Anywhere in that sort of darker shade in the orange, that's what we'll be watching for. Then by Tuesday, that activity shifts east and a little bit farther south now. Parts of Oklahoma into Texas, including around the Lubbock area. You can see some severe storms. Hail and wind being the big issues, but tornado risk comes up slightly as well. So as we head into our Tuesday Torcon value here in eastern South Dakota, eastern Nebraska, reaching about a 3 out of 10, so about a 30% chance of a tornado within a 50-mile radius of those areas. So active weather conditions here in the middle of the country over the next few days. And yeah, we still have soaking weather in parts of the southeast too. too, right, Jen?
The southeast, South Texas got some heavy rain yesterday. Look at South Padre Island. We had parking lots just filled with water after heavy showers out there, and storm reports indicated some spots got up to 4 inches of rain yesterday. Today, showers, a lot of the activity right now offshore. I'll show you where it's going as we get you through the day today. So Florida and the peninsula, again, we've got showers and storms out there possible for you, but we're going to add in some new areas today, and that's right here along the Florida Panhandle. Now, we had a very wet start to our year here, but as of lately, it actually has not been that wet here, running a little bit of a deficit, believe it or not, just over the past couple of months. So this rain is now coming on in, and we're going to see that change of pattern happening with the rain spreading in, getting closer to I-10 as we speak, right there around the Pensacola area. New Orleans is not too far away. A lot of shower activity and some thunderstorms too offshore around Galveston this morning as well. Now, here's what's going to happen throughout the day today. All of the moisture is on the move farther north. Just going to take a little time. It's moving a little bit slower than originally thought. So you'll see some scattered showers sprinkled up here through later on this afternoon into the evening, up into northern parts of Alabama, into parts of Georgia. But you can see they're few and far between. Tomorrow is when everything spreads out and the moisture really returns to the area. And this is where we could get some heavier rain. Central Georgia, South Georgia, 1 to 2 inches of rain. Here into South Carolina, especially right along the coast, the low country, we could see more than an inch of rain. And for Pensacola, we could see more than an inch or 2 of rainfall. And there might be a few isolated areas that gets 4 inches plus of rain. It's not out of the question. So you look at this forecast, showers are back in the area right now. Thunderstorms are in our forecast right through today. They'll be with us overnight and through the day tomorrow as well. New Orleans, we time it out. Showers are not far away. They come our way later this morning and they stick around right through at least the early evening. Alex.
Well, I'll tell you, folks in the Midwest, Northeast are about to get hit with a blast of cool air. You could be feeling 10, even 20 degrees colder as soon as tomorrow. Find out what to expect in your town and if you need to get the heavy coat out of storage.
Am I missing a deadline? Will I get there in time? Am I going too fast? Did I close the garage door? Stay in your lane. I don't think I sent that email. I should make a reservation. I thought it was clear. Okay, brake. I didn't see that coming.
Its instinct to protect leaves you free to drive. Lease the Infinity Q50 for $339 a month. Visit your local Infinity retailer.
Andrew, Rita, Sandy. Meet Chris, Jackie, Joe. Minor damage or major disaster. When you need us most, we're there. State Farm. We're a force of nature, too.
Monday morning on America's Morning Headquarters, we've been warned against drinking seawater, right? But that's exactly what one county in California is preparing to do. Could this be the answer to the water crisis out west? Join us Monday at 7 a.m. for the biggest weather hour anywhere. America's Morning Headquarters, following Wake Up Without, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 83 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, scattered thunderstorms. High 86. Chance of rain 50%. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies early, then partly cloudy after midnight. Low 76. Here's our 7-day outlook.
The buzz on Fat Guys in the Woods, the Weather Channel's hit survival series, is getting bigger and bigger. A new episode tonight at 10 on the Weather Channel.
I always dreamed of coming here. When my asthma symptoms returned, my doctor prescribed Dulera to help prevent them.
Dulera is for patients 12 and older
whose asthma is not well controlled on a long-term asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Dulera will not replace a rescue inhaler for sudden symptoms.
A 6-month clinical study has shown Dulera helps significantly improve lung function.
Dulera contains formoterol, which increases the risk of death from asthma problems and may increase the risk of hospitalization in children and adolescents. Dulera is not for people whose asthma is well controlled with a long-term asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Once your asthma is well controlled, your doctor will decide if you can stop Dulera and prescribe a different asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Do not take Dulera more than prescribed. See your doctor if your asthma does not improve or gets worse.
Ask your doctor about Dulera.
19 years ago, we thought, wow, how is there no way to tell the good from the bad? So we gave people the power of the review. And now Angie's List is revolutionizing local service again. You can easily buy and schedule services from top-rated providers. Conveniently stay up to date on progress and effortlessly turn your photos into finished projects with our SnapFix app. Visit angieslist.com today.
Fierce wind pushing the rain sideways in Arizona. That's a dangerous combination if you were in a car.
Yeah, and add live power lines and you have a potentially lethal situation for rescue crews in Glendale. Here's Trisha Hendricks from KPNX.
It was an intense storm in Glendale. Karama Alpha got caught in the middle of the worst of it. Her daughter said rain and wind was all around her.
And the power lines went down.
Her daughter didn't go on camera with us, but did say she spoke to her mom throughout the ordeal.
They missed a bunch of cars by like a half an inch, and hers landed right under them.
Being cautious, she didn't move and dialed 911 immediately.
Don't move anything, don't open the door, don't touch anything. Your car is, in big chance of getting electrocuted and you're stuck in it, so don't move.
She sat there for more than an hour as fire kept watch over her and the power was cut off to the lines. Eventually, she was free, the emotions getting the best of her.
I'm pretty sure she had an anxiety attack when she got out of the car. She's a little calm now. She feels nauseous, but she's okay. She'll be fine.
I think I would have an anxiety attack, being stuck in that situation.
Yeah, I think we all would, but certainly a learning lesson there for us all, what to do, and what she did.
The right thing.
Stayed in the car.
Yeah, I think that saved her life. That she did the right thing. Now, we had tens of thousands of people in Phoenix without power during the height of the storm.
Yeah, early today we spoke to Patty Garcia-Likens with Salt River Project about what's being done to get the power back on.
This morning we have about 13,000 customers who are still out of power, and we had some pretty big damage in our territory. We had a lot of poles down, a lot of lines down, so we're looking at later today of having our customers back in power.
Now, what are some of the hardest areas hit?
Well, as you saw in that clip, the West Valley, the Far West Valley was by far the hardest hit. But like the monsoons that we've had this summer, what we have found is they've really hit across the valley for us. Usually our monsoons will hit, kind of certain areas of Phoenix or the suburbs, but it seems like this summer they've kind of come across the valley, west side to east side, and that's exactly what it did last night.
And what kind of services are set up for people who don't have power?
We have the Salvation Army kind of comes in, the Red Cross. We have an SRP has an ice distribution program for our customers in certain areas where we find that it's going to be a little longer, where we have a certain amount of customers who are hit, we'll have some ice distribution. But for the most part, we really encourage our customers to prepare for something like this during our monsoon season. At the height of the storm, we had 46,000 customers who were out, and so we're doing a pretty good progress in getting them back in. But, as I said, we have about 13,000 who are still out.
Now, we're also getting some new video from southern Utah this morning. This is from Zion National Park. The National Weather Service did rate this park as a high risk for flash flooding yesterday. And sure enough, we saw those canyons and dry washes filled with water very quickly. They got 2 inches of rain, or close to that, on Saturday. And the problem is it just washes down into the dry wash and fills up so fast, and that water just rushes down the mountains.
Yeah, so if you're anywhere near there, you may not have time to get away. So So, you just don't want to be in that situation because you may not have even seen rain. It may have been way upstream.
Yes, that's a good point. Yeah, it can happen far away. Well, we're also, of course, monitoring the travel situation for you. And 2 days after a fire brought both airports in Chicago to a standstill, the FAA is still trying to rebound.
Yeah, we're checking the latest efforts to get air travel back to normal, and we have your weather headlines just minutes away.
And it's Sunday, so last couple of chances here to send in your sunrise picture. Email it to us at sundaysunrise@weather.com. Make sure you tell us your name and where you took your picture. It needs to be taken today, and we'll show them throughout the show.
There once was a hungry road that ate up tires, wearing down the tread and wearing out safety, leaving worried drivers with no choice but to buy new ones. Then along came the Michelin Man who proved the right tire changes everything, putting those drivers back on the road with safety that lasts. Find the right tire for you at MichelinMan.com. Michelin, a better way forward.
When we say the all-new Chrysler 200 is all new, we mean it. We used the latest tools and built a new state-of-the-art manufacturing plant. We gave it new smart technology. We challenged conventional thinking with a more intuitive design. And we set new expectations of what an American sedan can be. The all-new Chrysler 200, America's import.
Presenting luxurious savings at Ace. What? Save $7 instantly now through Sunday on gallons of Valspar Optimus, our most premium paint.
Ace is a place to help the hardware folks.
Sure wish you guys would bring layaway back.
Actually,
that way I can split my payments up into like little bite-sized chunks. Yeah, I mean, you feel me, right?
Yeah. Sir?
Oh.
Layaway is back, and it's free. Save money, live better. Walmart.
In the nation, the safest feature in your car is you. Add Vanishing Deductible from Nationwide Insurance and get $100 off for every year of safe driving, which for you shouldn't be a problem. Just another way we put members first, because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation.
Nationwide is on your side.
7 a.m. on AMHQ.
Let's get you in front of today's weather.
The biggest weather hour anywhere.
What a gorgeous start.
Weekday mornings on the Weather Channel.
Every Sunday.
Mom and Dad told us they had just made their funeral and burial prearrangements. We thought they already had taken care of that. When we learned it was through Beth Israel and Eternal Light, we knew everything would be handled in the most caring and professional way. We realized it would be one of the most difficult days of our lives. It inspired my husband and me to make our own prearrangements so the burden wouldn't fall on our children when that day comes. It's not an easy thing to think about, but I'm so glad we did.
Oh, I love Pet Day. You guys are just two big softies.
Cut it out.
Look at these guys. Oh, you. I love these guys.
Oh, they've just unlocked our channels for a week.
Oh, and they've just made it free.
Looks like it's Xfinity Free Channel Week. We've unlocked a collection of channels on TV and Xfinity On Demand like Encore, Nick Jr., and Disney XD. Totally free for a week. Learn more at xfinity.com/free channel week.
That's why I'm a cat guy.
6704 for a free buyer's guide. That's 1-800-805-6704.
Mondays, only the Weather Channel takes you this far. Inside a hurricane. Hurricane 360, Mondays at 9, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 84 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, scattered thunderstorms, high 86, chance of rain 50%. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies early, then partly cloudy after midnight, low 76. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Back to Weather Center Live. Time now to get you up to speed on the weather-making headlines this morning. In Japan, 31 people missing, presumed dead after a volcano erupted. It came without warning Saturday while hundreds of people were hiking on Mount Otake. Japan's second highest volcano spewed ash, smoke, and toxic gases hundreds of feet into the air, raising concerns over air quality at the site. And in California, many people living outside Sacramento near the King Fire are allowed to return to their homes this morning. That's after nearly half an inch of rain and cooler temperatures helped give firefighters the upper hand yesterday. The fire is now 84% contained, but it's burned more than 150 square miles total. Fire has cost more than $53 million to fight. And in Chicago, people traveling through O'Hare or Midway airports can expect more delays today. A fire at an FAA facility in Aurora, Illinois, forced the cancellation of more than 1,700 flights in and out of Chicago Friday. Delays and cancellations continued yesterday as airlines try to catch up, and several hundred flights in and out of O'Hare are already been canceled today. We'll send it over to Jen now with a look at some of those delays and cancellations.
So there's sort of good news and bad news. The bad news is that there are 785 cancellations for today. The good news is that this number hasn't really been changing much throughout the day, so you should know early in the day if your flight is canceled, so you don't have to get to the airport only to find out that it's canceled. Nonetheless, we still got issues here, and it's going to take some time to get things back on track. Just the amount of volume the airspace can take. They are using other air traffic control facilities, but the volume has been cut down. So watching delays there despite beautiful weather in Chicago. New Orleans expecting delays with thunderstorms in the area. Salt Lake City, we had storms yesterday, more today. That could create some delays. And New York City, all of the Northeast hubs, including the New York City airports, look great for travel. Now in Chicago, you might have just given up on flying altogether, thinking about driving. You got to go pretty far away from Chicago, actually, before you'll hit any rain. I-55 is a pretty good ride until you hit parts of, say, central Mississippi, and even that is later today. If you're on eventually Interstate 40, it's New Mexico and Arizona that you will hit some rain, and certainly up into on 90. Once you make your way into Montana, we'll hit some cold rain out there, and maybe even some thunderstorms today. Southeast travel, again, Chicago area, Midwest looks great. We've had a little fog this morning, but that's improving. 75, South Georgia is where you'll really get into the rain by later on today. Alex.
All right, Jen, well, let's talk about some snow. Yeah, we're finding it in the Sierras. This is a view from Carson Valley in Nevada. Yesterday, the Sierra, there in the Sierra Tahoe Ski Resort actually reported more than 4.5 inches there. And check out this pretty cool time lapse of some of that snow that fell in Lake Tahoe. This is how things looked at the Heavenly Mountain Resort. Today, more snow in store for the area. You could see another, maybe up to even 3 inches of snow there. So snowy scenes in the Sierra. How about the rest of the nation over the next few days? Let's tackle it. We'll start you off for the end of our weekend here, our Sunday, where more wet weather will be had here across the Intermountain regions. There's that threat for more of the wintry stuff in the Sierra. Otherwise, the eastern half of the country, mostly quiet. Exception there along the Gulf coastal states where we could see some wet weather there. Northeast staying warm, 80s. Boston down towards New York City. That'll cool down a little bit by the time we head into tomorrow. But the focus will be here right across the Front Range, getting into parts of the high plains for the risk for some severe storms in those areas. We're finally going to start to see our system that's been impacting us here in the western half of the country make some headway east. But now that's going to mean stormy conditions for the middle of the nation. Tuesday, you'll see it places like Omaha, spreading your way up towards Fargo. Some stormy conditions for you. Not too bad along the Gulf Coast, maybe southern parts of Louisiana, and then in the peninsula of Florida, you're going to stay unsettled there. From Orlando down to Miami, even through Wednesday. Wednesday now, it's the 35 corridor, your chance to deal with some of those showers and storms. Not quite reaching you in Chicago, so it looks like one more quiet day. That'll be your Wednesday. Thursday, though, that changes now from Milwaukee to Chi-Town, St. Louis, heading down to the Gulf Coast. We've got rain showers and storms. A warm one in Dallas, though, up to 94 degrees. By the time we move into our Friday, that cools down a bit, but not as cool as what you'll find farther north. Now we're bringing 50s in for highs here in the upper Midwest as our storms track a little bit farther east. Ohio Valley, your turn to deal with the wet weather. And then as we head into Saturday, it'll be the East Coast, your chance for some showers. And notice much cooler than what we're finding this weekend here in the Northeast. Now highs only in the 60s. Jen?
All right, actually closer to average. Now, time to check out your Sunday sunrise pictures. You know, it's our favorite part of Sunday. So thank you in advance to all of you. This one comes comes from Beth in St. Augustine, Florida. Very pretty pastel view over the Atlantic this morning. We go to Linda, who snapped this picture in Little Rock this morning. A great shot of blue sky. Got a few, looks like cirrocumulus clouds out there, and then maybe some altocumulus too. All right, Michelle sent in this next one to our Facebook page. A completely orange sky. That's really cool. West Deptford, New Jersey. Good morning to you out there. And one last colorful sunrise taking over Tulsa, Oklahoma. Shayna, good morning to you. And that is a bright, glorious sunshine. You've got a nice sunny day today.
For the year. Hi, sorry, just want to say I bundled home and auto with State Farm, saved $760. Love this guy. So
Okay, does it bother anybody else that the mime is talking? Freaky.
Savings worth talking about. State Farm.
The Dueler tires on Terrence Knighton's truck are engineered to be Bridgestone's best SUV tires, and now they have an 80,000-mile treadwear warranty.
Guess we're gonna be here a while.
First time on a treadmill?
What are you saying?
I'm just saying.
Right now, buy 4 Bridgestone tires, including the Dueler HL Alenza Plus, and get a $70 Bridgestone Visa prepaid card by mail. It's game on with Bridgestone at Firestone Complete Auto Care.
With Crizal No Glare lenses, neither water, nor scratch, nor smudge, nor glare of night can keep you from the clearest vision possible. And Crizal has ESPF 25 to protect your eyes from the damaging rays of the sun. Crizal. Live life in the clear.
Hi. Are we still on for tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Quick look at the weather. Nice today, beautiful tomorrow.
Tomorrow is full of promise.
We can come back tomorrow.
And we promise to keep it that way. Driven to preserve the environment, CSX moves a ton of freight nearly 450 miles on 1 gallon of fuel.
What a day.
Can't wait till tomorrow.
Now you can merge the physical freedom of the car with the virtual freedom of Wi-Fi. Chevrolet, the first and only car company to bring built-in 4G LTE Wi-Fi to cars, trucks, and crossovers. Hi, Mom.
You made it.
It's the new independence.
Right on cue.
It's more than just a meal. It's Meow Mix Mealtime. With 100% complete and balanced nutrition and the taste, textures, and variety cats love. It's the only one cats ask for by name.
Monday morning on America's Morning Headquarters. We've been warned against drinking seawater, right? But that's exactly what one county in California is preparing to do. Could this be the answer to the water crisis out west? Join us Monday at 7 a.m. for the biggest weather hour anywhere. America's Morning Headquarters, following Wake Up Without, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 84 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, tonight, mostly cloudy skies early, then partly cloudy after midnight. Low 76. Here's our 7-day outlook.
See why the buzz on Fat Guys in the Woods, the Weather Channel's hit survival series, is getting bigger and bigger. A new episode tonight at 10 on the Weather Channel.
Storms pound Phoenix, and this morning thousands are without power. The cleanup begins, getting water out of homes and cars. The same storm system is on the move. See if it will come knocking on the door where you are and when.
And don't make too many plans outdoors today if you live in the south. Showers and thunderstorms, they're on tap. And the bad news is, well, they're not going away anytime soon. We're tracking where they are right now and how much rain you could see.
And farewell to the captain. After a dynamic last game at Yankee Stadium, Derek Jeter steps off the diamond. A look at how weather will come into play for the All-Stars final game.
And welcome back into Weather Center Live. I'm Alex Wallace.
And I'm Jen Carfagno. And how expensive the tickets are. We'll get to that this morning, but we'll also talk about what you can expect from storms today. You know, we're getting a better idea of just how powerful this weekend's storms have been in the Southwest.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking pretty intense winds here, taking aim here on this neighborhood in Arizona. I mean, look at the rain coming down here. It is coming down in literally buckets here. Raining cats and dogs, no doubt about it. Not something you want to be caught in, that's for sure.
You know how in Florida they call it like frog strangling rain? This would be like lizard strangling rain. What do you have? You have chameleons. I don't know what you have out here. But we do have rain, and that's been too much to take in spots. Let's take a look at this parking lot where the rain is literally getting pushed by the wind right across the parking lot. You can see the trees getting rocked by the winds. Oh, Phoenix, you guys had such a wild time with the weather yesterday.
Yeah, it was not a fun time at all. We should see improving weather in the coming days here. But yeah, this round of storms, it was just the latest to hit Phoenix in recent weeks.
Some people there are still cleaning up from the last time floods invaded their homes. Will Pitts with KPNX has more.
The rain hitting Phoenix like a hammer. So thick you couldn't see the road. Cars with their hazard lights on, barely visible. Driving rain in sheets, blowing sideways, flooding roads. I-17 flooded and shut down. Cars coming dangerously close to stalling on Buckeye and 22nd Avenue. And in Levine, homeowners nervously watching the water.
My husband's not here, so I'm like, oh my gosh, freaking.
Vanessa James's house flooded in one of the last big storms. Now she's watching the canal to see if it'll happen again.
It's subsiding, so it'll come and go, come and go.
On 51st Avenue, Augustine Ramirez's house is flooding for the third time in 2 months. Construction workers were supposed to be here tomorrow, again. Water hasn't made it to the door yet, but it's close.
I'm going to go to the house and just check it out, and I just thought, okay, Dad. And then he called me and he said, it's doing it again. I said, what?
This time they were ready with sandbags, but the water's already reached them.
My dad moved out here 40 years ago, and this has never happened, so we didn't even fix it all the way this time.
They're just hoping the worst is over.
Well, it has been record rain. Yesterday was a daily rainfall record. 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, we set one of our top rainiest days on record in the Phoenix area. And you know what? We had our second wettest September on record in Phoenix. So this is a lot of rain, more than you've seen in more than 100 years, according to some of the records. Now, we look at this rainfall report from yesterday. Payson, Arizona, leading the list with more than 2.5 inches of rain. In Tempe, we saw more than 2 inches of rain there. And we're going to get a little more again today. You can see where the showers are right now. And, you know, the timing yesterday was in the afternoon. Things really got going. And I think that's what we'll see again today. So I know the radar looks a little sparse at the moment, but it's going to fill in. And what you'll also notice is the whole circulation around the upper level low. You can see it on radar. You can definitely see it on the water vapor. And that's the way that we often pick out these upper level lows and see where that spin is. This thing is what's driving the whole circulation of where the rain is going to be. But it's also helping to bring in the moisture and create some lift in the atmosphere to get these showers and storms going. So pay attention to where that upper level low is over the next couple of days. And for today, it's really not budging that much. It moves a little bit further to the east. So we'll see showers eventually by tonight getting over to Denver. Most of the day, though, we'll be watching showers spiraling up into parts of Wyoming, Montana, coming around the upper level low, getting into Idaho. And it's going to be a cool rain out there, windy at times as well. Tomorrow, we bring in the risk for severe weather. And we're going to see that in the Front Range, heading out into parts of South Dakota, Nebraska, down into Kansas, all the way down into the Texas Panhandle, actually. And then by Tuesday, we see the risk for thunderstorms turning severe just a little farther east, getting out into central parts of Nebraska, into Kansas, and then again all the way down into western Oklahoma and western Texas. So as we look at the risk of storms, we'll see that on Wednesday continue to push east, getting into Wisconsin by this point, Iowa, and then down into even Missouri. We'll see some thunderstorms by this point. Now, the rainfall is going to be heavy Tuesday, 2 to 3 inches of rain not out of the question here and over a pretty large area. But there's that severe weather chance. And, yesterday we saw the strong winds, the damaging winds around the Phoenix area. We could see that again as we watch these storms tomorrow, too, heading east. By Tuesday, damaging winds and hail still the main risk, but we bring in an isolated tornado risk. And there is a Torcon out already for Tuesday. It's a 3 here in eastern South Dakota, eastern Nebraska. That's a 30% chance of tornadoes happening within a 50-mile radius. So here's an early heads up that we're looking at severe weather chances already by early next week. Alex.
All right, Jen, as we work our way on into Florida, Fort Myers, starting off on our Sunday on a pretty nice note. Doesn't look like too many folks are enjoying their beach time. You may want to do it now, though, because there's that risk for more showers and storms that we may have to deal with as we head on into our afternoon. We've got more potential wet days here for us in and around the Sunshine State. Now, it's been a bit of a tale of two cities here for us. We're going to focus in on Fort Myers as well as Miami. First, Fort Myers. Now, average here for us in terms of rainfall to date, about 48 inches here, a little bit over that. Well, since January 1st, we've picked up 35 inches, almost 36. So you can see we're quite a bit below average here in Fort Myers. Well, Miami, it's a different story. Since January 1st, we've seen almost 56 inches of rain. Well, the average is 49.3. So you can see quite a bit above average there in Miami. In fact, in Miami, this month alone, we've only seen 2 days where we haven't picked up any rain. This is crazy, right? And we can see another day where we'll see more action going on. A few sprinkles showing up here on the East Coast. Most active weather, though, in the Gulf, and we're starting to see that beginning to try to work its way ashore, southern portions of Alabama, and working now into Florida. Looks like a storm there getting going here just to the west of Tallahassee here. And we're going to watch this whole slug of shower and thunderstorm activity continue to migrate northward throughout the day. And then we'll also see the storms get going here across the peninsula. So watch out there. Fort Myers, one spot that'll deal with it around the Tampa area. Tomorrow, well, the map changes, I promise you, but the forecast doesn't. More showers and storms. By Tuesday, we may see some drier conditions in the Panhandle, but not the case here for you from Jacksonville sliding down towards West Palm Beach. Now, how much are we going to see? Well, this goes through about Tuesday morning here for you. And you notice here in South Florida, this is where we could see maybe up to an inch. But higher amounts as you start to work your way across the rest of the peninsula. Pretty widespread, 1 to 2 inches of rain will be possible, and there could be some pockets of 2 to 3 inches. And of course, you get those storms that sit over the same spots. Could see some locally even higher amounts out there for us. So heavy rain to deal with here over the next couple of days here into Florida. Doesn't mean it'll be all day rain, but chances existing out there. For example, in Fort Myers, through at least the early afternoon, should be dry, clouds around, and then late afternoon, early evening is when we'll have that best chance for dealing with the storms there. And in Miami for you, just about at any point through the early evening, then late evening, we should see things drying out. Jen?
All right, so next we say goodbye to a sports great. Crowds take over Boston for Derek Jeter's final game. What you can expect from the weather as baseball fans say goodbye to the captain. And we'll take a look at some other weekend events, too. We've got a forecast for you for Burke, Vermont. This weekend is the Fall Foliage Festival. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. Temperatures mid-70s. You got sunshine, blue sky. You get some great pictures. The weather is phenomenal. Next stop is East Bridgewater, Massachusetts for the Chili Chowder Festival. 83 degrees at 3 o'clock. Again, it's almost too warm for chili, right? It's going to be beautiful, though. Enjoy it. Great fall festival weather.
Currently in our area, 84 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, scattered thunderstorms. High 86. Chance of rain 50%. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies early, then partly cloudy after midnight. Low 76. Here's our 7-day outlook.
is where I met your grandpa. Right under this tree.
Some things are worth holding on to.
They're hugging the tree.
That's why we got a Subaru.
Was it that tree?
Introducing the all-new Subaru Outback. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Shopping online is as easy as it gets. Wouldn't it be great if hiring plumbers, carpenters, and even piano tuners were just as simple? Thanks to Angie's List, now it is. We've made hiring anyone from a handyman to a dog walker as simple as a few clicks. Buy their services directly at angieslist.com. No more calling around, no more hassles. Start shopping from a list of top-rated providers today.
Angie's List is revolutionizing local service again. Visit angieslist.com today.
Listen up, Thunder Dragons. It's time to get a hotel.
Hey, Razor, check this out. We can save big with Priceline Express deals.
You know what, man? These guys ain't no dragons.
They're cool. These deals are legit.
Yeah, we're cool. She's cool. We're cool. Priceline Express deals really are legit. Thousands of people book them every day. Now it's your turn to download the Priceline app, text the word DEALS to 68277, and start saving today. Look, saving you money makes us happy.
Sweet, spicy, savory. Red Lobster's Endless Shrimp is now the year's largest variety of shrimp flavors, like new wood-grilled sriracha shrimp or Parmesan-crusted shrimp scampi. As much as you like, any way you like. Hurry in and see food differently.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm on it. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're covered, Kevin.
Thanks, Melinda.
I have blah blah insurance, so person, come help.
Hey, Grandma. Dad, look who it is.
I see who it is.
6 callers ahead of us, Jimmy.
You're not helping.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. There to help you anytime, anywhere, anyway. That's getting to a better state.
I always dreamed of coming here. When my asthma symptoms returned, my doctor prescribed Dulera to help prevent them.
Dulera is for patients 12 and older whose asthma is not well controlled on a long-term asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Dulera will not replace a rescue inhaler for sudden symptoms.
A 6-month clinical study has shown Dulera helps significantly improve lung function.
Dulera contains formoterol, which increases the risk of death from asthma problems and may increase the risk of hospitalization in children and adolescents. Dulera is not for people whose asthma is well controlled with a long-term asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Once your asthma is well controlled, your doctor will decide if you can stop Dulera and prescribe a different asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Do not take Dulera more than prescribed. See your doctor if your asthma does not improve or gets worse.
Ask your doctor about Dulera.
What are you doing?
The dishes are clean. Just gotta scrape the rest of the food off them.
Ew. How's that clean?
Dish issues? Quiet them with Cascade Platinum. It powers through your toughest messes better than the competition. The first time.
Clean.
Stop it.
Cascade. Now that's clean.
Let's do some fancy footwork. Tap into new territory with style. Step up the savings and learn some new moves. Yeah, let's tango. Here, even here. Then, let's take a bow. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Get a designer look for less. Traffic Master hand scrape laminate is now 99 cents per square foot.
Welcome back. Today, people will come from far and near to honor a baseball legend. This afternoon, Derek Jeter will play his last career game. It's happening in Boston against the Red Sox. Now, it comes just days after his farewell at Yankee Stadium, and it was just a storybook ending in the Bronx for the captain. On Thursday night, Jeter led the Yankees to victory with that RBI. Now, the night was quite emotional for him. After the game, he said he has lived his dream, no doubt about it. This afternoon, the Yankees going to be finishing their series at Fenway Park against the Red Sox. Here's the forecast. I tell you, 80 degrees and sunshine, looking fantastic for the game. Of course, it's an afternoon game there. But the real thing about this story here, checking on StubHub where you can buy tickets to the game, the most expensive one, $55,000. Unreal.
Yo, $55,000 for a ticket?
Yeah. I mean, as you said, Jen, if it's not going to charity, what? Who would do it?
I mean, I can see who would do it, but I think whoever gets it should give at least half of it to charity, if not all of it to charity. That is a ton of money for a ticket to a baseball game.
That is mind-boggling.
Gotta make Derek Jeter feel good, though.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, $55,000. Unreal. All right, well, more power to whoever does it. All right, let's take a look at what's going on. I do believe we have some other games to share with you.
Well, we've got some good-looking forecasts here. These forecasts are valuable. Let me show you these forecasts in the Northeast. They are maybe not worth $55,000, but they're worth something because you've got some sunshine and some warm temperatures, and it's a Sunday, so I hope you can get out and enjoy it. We already have temperatures in the low 70s from New York down through D.C. Boston, you're in the low 70s as well. We've got this nice southwest wind for now. That's going to change, though, so enjoy today. It's why it's so valuable is that it's going away. We've got a front coming in, and it is a cold front, although it's not cold air. It's just cooler, more seasonal air coming in here by later this week, midweek. So today, tomorrow, we're still running above average for a lot of us, but by Tuesday, you're going to start to see temperatures changing all across the region. Boston, you really notice it. Temperatures drop from nearly 80 today to the 60s, low 60s for a high temperature on Tuesday. New York City will be close to 80 today. We'll be in the mid-70s. It's a slight change. Boston, you take a look at your average high right now. It's 68 degrees. So we see a high of 80 today to 75 tomorrow. Really nice out there, a lot of sunshine. And then we get that front in, and we'll see temperatures getting knocked down into the low 60s. Really not that far from average, quite honestly. The same thing is going to happen in the Midwest. We'll get a cool shot of air come in as well. Look at Minneapolis, 83 degrees today. So the front comes in, and we go from 83 there to 61 tomorrow. Big changes coming in. Chicago, your change is coming as well by Tuesday, 64 degrees. I hope you enjoy your upper 70s today and tomorrow because that's going away by about midweek. Alex.
Well, it is officially fall, but hurricane season, it's not over yet. And we're closely watching Hurricane Rachel in the Pacific right now. And a new system could be coming together as well. Find out if these storms could impact our weather back home. And now let's take a look at some of those other games taking place for the day. Baseball action, we head to Comerica Park. It's the Tigers and the Twins this afternoon. Low 70s, a little bit of sun mixing in with some clouds. Should be perfect for you in the stands. Same if you're heading to Philly. It's the Phillies and the Braves. Oh, the Braves, what a season for the Bravos. But you know what? It's going to end on a nice note here in Philly with the upper 70s and lots of sunshine expected there. Then we head into the West Coast, Seattle at Safeco Field. The Mariners and the Angels going at it. It'll be in the mid-60s here for the game and looking for lots of bright sunny skies there. And our last stop takes us into Phoenix at Chase Field where we've got the Diamondbacks and Cardinals going at it. Should be looking good. Mid-80s with some sun.
When we say the all-new Chrysler 200 is all new, we mean it. We used the latest tools and built a new state-of-the-art manufacturing plant. We gave it new smart technology. We challenged conventional thinking with a more intuitive design. And we set new expectations of what an American sedan can be. The all-new Chrysler 200, America's import.
It was the best day. It was the best day. It was the best day. It was the best day because of you.
We make a great pair. Great pair.
Huh?
Progressive and the great outdoors. We make a great pair.
Right. Totally. That's what I was thinking.
Covering the things that make the outdoors great. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
Presenting luxurious savings at Ace.
What?
Save $7 instantly now through Sunday on gallons of Valspar Optimus, our most premium paint.
Ace is a place to help the hardware folks.
This October,
When the wind blows.
the Weather Channel unravels nature's darkest secrets.
I saw something. I don't know how to explain it.
Every Sunday,
It's a story that's got a life of its own.
a new tale of weather legend.
It may have just looked like a storm, but they were dealing with something far worse.
American Supernatural, premiering next Sunday at 10 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 84 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, tonight, mostly cloudy skies early, then partly cloudy after midnight. Low 76. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Introducing Dance All You Want bladder leak protection from the experts in feminine protection. New Always Discreet underwear for sensitive bladders. Only Always Discreet underwear has soft, dual leak guard barriers to help stop leaks where they happen.